We do what we have to do for the greater good.
So why me?
Kid, you have no idea who you are.
Hey Walking Dead fans, welcome back to the channel. This will be a review video on World Beyond Season 1, Episode 10. So if you're not caught up to World Beyond the first season, spoiler alert. Lots and lots of stuff happened in this finale episode, which was the best episode out of the series. And, you know, I think they should have started with some of the action in this episode. We'll talk about it maybe when we get to the action. But, man, you know, the Season 1 opened up with Rick shooting the little girl. Remember that? Shooting Summer. That was a scene that was out of the correct timeline of the show. Confused a lot of people, but still, it was an amazing opening scene and really brought the viewers in. And I think a scene like that versus the first episode of World Beyond, where we just saw Iris walking around being goody-goody and, you know, just a bunch of kid stuff type scenes, a big action scene right in the beginning, even if it was a jump in time, I think really would have brought in the viewers a little bit better. We got a little scene of the Bennetts choosing Iris as a kid and then got Hope as well. They kind of looked at each other and said, yeah, they're a team in the cradle. They need to be a team in life. And that's really the theme of the whole episode, and possibly a theme of this series, is that even though Hope's the asset, Hope's the one that they think is smart, we find out from Hope in the end that it's really both of them, and we'll get into that. We find out that Dr. Bennett and Dr. Belshaw are kind of a thing, and that Dr. Bennett told Belshaw that Hope was the smart one. And so Belshaw took it upon herself to then tell the higher-ups. And that's when they decided to do the whole thing about Huck going in, getting Hope out, bringing her to the facility because she's a smart kid, supposedly, and all of that. So that's kind of what started the whole thing.
The truck, the maps. We were 2 days away from knocking at the CR's door. The second their location got compromised, it would have been over for everybody.
But moving over to Elton's journey for a moment, you know, he had Percy with him trying to fix him up from his gunshot from Huck. They do find Silas because Silas, he's taking care of himself. He's cooking him up a varmint. Yeah, man, looks good, but he is careless. The grill falls over, a fire starts, and he's just still in the immediate area, easily found by not just CRM later, but by Elton. Elton finds Silas, reveals that he found Percy. They reveal that Silas didn't do anything that they thought he did. He's not a murderer. And Silas is really relieved, man. That's a good, amazing blessing to Silas that lifts so many things that's weighing heavy on him. But because of the fire, not only did Elton find him, CRM finds them as well. And the soldiers start looking for them, going after them. Ultimately, Silas tries to do a good thing and says, you guys go on, I'm going to turn myself in, and you guys can get away. I think that was a little foolish. They would have probably caught all three of them if he didn't maybe, but we know from at the end that Elizabeth said to Huck, hey, when were you going to tell me about those loose ends? And we've got one of them. We're going to find the others. You know, we heard that radio transmission and all that kind of stuff. So we know going forward anyway that Silas is captured, and they're definitely a big manhunt on for Elton and Percy.
Sure, we could have gotten you here easy, but getting you to see the world right, why, it's always about the big picture, greater good.
Back at the house, Felix and Iris were left at. They go into the room finally that Huck said had dead bodies in it and find practically a hospital. And let me just say, it's kind of weird that an entire hospital, pretty much, I mean, IV stands, wheelchair, oxygen tanks, just shelves of everything you can think of. Weird that out of just dilapidated rooms everywhere else, this one room remains untouched with all these amazing supplies in there. But that is a big reveal to Felix anyway, who hadn't been convinced yet that Huck was a bad guy. Now he knows. He knows for sure in his heart. What the heck, man? I mean, I totally believe the splint, or whatever you may want to call it, that Iris fixed up for Felix's foot. But the patch on the tire, I don't know if any of you guys have ever tried to patch a tire or understand that type of stuff, but It looks like they have duct tape on there. Come on. I mean, you can fix the world with duct tape, but you can't fix a tire. Let me just throw that out there. And a tire is very hard to fix because you really have to plug it so well, because the air pressure will just shoot whatever you try to plug it, or the tape or whatever it is. The pressure, like a water hose, or in a tire, the air pressure, it's just too much. So that's really unbelievable to me, but it doesn't matter. I totally overlooked it. I'm just throwing that out there to the rest of you guys. Don't try to fix your flat tire with duct tape. So we know that Hope took Felix's gun. She finally pulls it on Huck and is like, who the hell are you? Huck is really trying to talk her into the greater good thing. Some walkers come around, so they have to help out each other to try to fight them off. Somehow the pistol gets gone down the creek or whatever. Hope couldn't have just put it in her pocket and got her stick out and tried to fight. But after killing the walkers, they talk and they walk, and Huck tells her a bunch of different things. And it pretty much, in this little walk that Huck is talking to Hope, everything's laid out. The reasons and the whys and most of the answers to most of the questions. But with the tire fixed, they catch up to Huck and Hope and confront them. And I'd have to say the fight that ensues between Huck and Felix, pretty good, well choreographed, well edited. And like I say, some type of action sequence like this in the opening scene of episode 1, even if it was a flash forward and then they came back to the campus colony and Iris and all of that, I think that would have really helped this show out tremendously in the beginning because it had such a slow start. But in the fight, Huck finally overpowers Felix and is going to actually maybe take him out. But Hope shoots the gun in the air, puts it to her head, and says, I'll kill myself rather than kill anyone else, kill Huck or kill anybody. I'll just kill myself if you guys just don't stop fighting. So they did stop fighting and decided to part ways, and that's the safest thing. Upon leaving, Hope tells Iris that she loves her and that, look, they think I'm the smart one. I'm only this smart because of you. Together, we're smart. Not just me, and it's not just you. It's us together. And that's how we're going to beat this. That's how we're going to defeat them. So I thought that was pretty cool that Hope really is a hero, I guess, as far as trying to be. And she's got a bigger plan when she says, yeah, I'm looking at the bigger picture. She's looking at, I'm going to go get with my dad. Iris is going to be doing stuff behind the scenes. And we're going to kick CRM's ass all over the place. So Huck and Hope arrive at the helicopter landing site. They go and meet with the lieutenant colonel, Huck's mom. That's where Elizabeth tells Huck about the loose ends and, hey, about campus colony. Yeah, we need to talk. There's been some stuff happening. So that tells us that Huck doesn't know about campus colony. Some other things have happened or whatever, Elizabeth said. So there's still a lot more going on. Season 2 has a lot of stuff to pull from. But Hope gets in the chopper and she is off to the facility.
You trusted me, but I told them I had to. We need generations of great minds.
Now going back to Dr. Bennett and Belshaw real quick. Belshaw was saying to herself in her office, Dr. Bennett, I have something to tell you. You told me about how smart Hope was and everything, and we just got to have these future generations and blah, blah, blah. And so I told the upper people in CR or CRM.
And she's seen the world now, and because of that, she is ready.
And they're going to go get her, and they brought her here. They're bringing her here. She'll be here, any minute. And you may be mad at me like forever, but I'm trying to save the world here. I'm trying to let people live and things happen. So this Belshaw is a total bad guy. She's definitely not on Dr. Bennett's side. And at the end, when Dr. Bennett says, look, if you don't have anything to tell me, which she declined to actually tell him all that stuff she was saying, he said, I have something to tell you.
But I do have my suspicions about your military. Will's scouting expedition with them was due back a few days ago.
I don't think what happened to whoever really happened that way, and something's up, and I know how we can figure this out, but I need your help. And that's a big, the look on her face then was like, oh shit, now we're going to have to take out Dr. Bennett. This isn't good. So there's a lot of drama going on there. We'll have to see how that plays out. But then the very ending, the ending of the last episode, we saw Will being chased by the soldiers. And we heard Dr. Bennett say in this episode, Will's scouting Will and the scouting team was due back days ago, but how far in the past was that Dr. Bennett and Belshaw conversation? It just seems like Will just joined them, whoever that group is in the background there. And then when new people come up, Will, the practically probably newest member of the group, is sent out to meet them. That just seems a little weird to me. I know it had to be Will, but it seems like that would have been handled a little bit different way maybe. But as far as the rest of the group, the people behind, in the cloaks and the shadows and the foggy misty woods, could one of those people be Rick? Is this guy Rick? Is this guy Rick? Are any of them Rick? Will Rick be a part of this group?
5 miles north, we'll find safety.
And when Huck told Felix back at the truck after the fight, 5 miles north, you'll find safety. Is this what she meant? This group? Does she know about this group? Does CRM know about this group? Are these people who fled the CR? Are these people who escaped from CRM? Is it people like Rick? Is he part of that group? There's a lot of action and drama now. We got Silas captured. We got Elton and Percy off running and wanted by CRM. We've got Hope on the chopper heading to the facility. We got Dr. Bennett saying, hey, I think we're being lied to. Let's check into this, which is a bad thing to say about CRM. We got Felix and Iris that just met back up with Will, who was out on a scouting mission and got messed up and chased by CRM, but finally this group, I guess, saved him, or he found this group. And now Felix and Iris is with this group. We know Campus Colony's been wiped out, and CRM knows pretty much everything about everything. People say this season sucks so bad that they will not renew a second season, but that's not how this works. This had already been greenlit for 2 seasons. They're going to shoot it to tell the story they need to tell to tie everything together no matter what. I don't think there's any danger in there not being a second season. So we're definitely, all of this will be playing out farther in a second season of World Beyond. A lot to unpack, but let me know what you think about it all, how you feel about how things played out. Stay tuned for an upcoming video on the timeline, and just the timeline going forward, not the entire show timeline, but like, when will season 2 air? When will the second half of Fear season 6 air? Will there be a season 7? When will it come on? Trying just to kind of pan out the entire rest of the shows and to the end of season 11 and the movies, or at least the first movie. So look for that video coming up and many more videos, even though we've got a little downtime with no shows being on. But that's it for this one. This is James in Nashville. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more dead stuff.